What's going on?
How do we get ourselves right? We got to stop defiling our temple, right?
Oh, yeah.
He got something in his hand. I'm asking him to throw it down. You already put it down? What you got? Oh, I said throw it away, sir. Hey, pull out some scripture.
Hey, give me 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 16.
You said, is Lil Mike in there? Who? Chris and Lil Mike.
1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 16. Know ye not that you are the temple of God?
So guess what? The reason why we was bringing out the image, we was talking about how they gave us this image. You know why we don't see ourselves as special? Because the white man has said this is their God. We don't see ourselves as gods.
Right.
So you know what? It's easy for us to destroy our temple because we don't see ourselves as nothing.
Right.
We got to destroy that image. We read in Deuteronomy 7 and 6 that God chose you above all people upon the face of the earth.
That's right.
And hold that. Give me 1 Peter where it says you are a nation of kings and priests. We don't act. God has said we're a nation of kings and priests. But all we do is act like drug addicts, alcoholics, whoremongers, drug dealers, killers, gangbangers. We are so much better than that.
Right.
God has called us to be a special people. Now we must act like it. Read that.
1 Peter chapter 2 verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation.
God said ye are a chosen generation. Read. And these are more than just words on a paper. These are more than just us reading something to make you feel good. No. This is the Bible that God said. These are God's words. We didn't make this up.
Right.
So now you have to make a choice whether you believe this or not. Read.
A royal priesthood.
A royal priesthood. Come on.
And holy nation. A peculiar people.
Right.
That ye should show forth the praises of him.
Guess what? We got to show forth the praises of God. What you doing right now, does that show forth the praises of God? If God came down right now, would he be happy at what's going on right now? Not at all. You know he wouldn't be. You know he wouldn't be. Now let's go. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you that he wouldn't be. Give me 1 Corinthians 3 and 16.
Bring it out.
1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
So knowing that God chose us to be a special people above all nations, there's nobody on the face of this earth better than us.
That's right.
Think about everything that we do and we've excelled in. We've endured over 400 years of slavery.
Right.
But yet we still have survived. There's nothing that can kill us off. They tried to kill us at every turn. But yet we still overcome. Why is that? We're the best at everything we do. From science to sports, thinking, all of these different things. And ingenuity, engineering. We the one that create everything. Why is it that the people that are greater than everything are still on the bottom? It's because of the things we choose to do and not keep God's laws. Read.
And that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you.
Guess what? The Spirit of God is supposed to dwell within you. Come on.
If any man defile the temple of God.
If any man, and this is in a masculine sense, but it's talking about men and women. But it said if any man do what?
Defile the temple of God.
If any man defiles the temple of God. How do we defile the temple of God? Whoremongering, that's one way. Drugs, that's another way. Getting drunk, that's another way. Eating unclean foods, that's another way. But we want to talk about getting drunk and drugs right now. If any man defile their temple, come on.
Him shall God destroy.
Him shall what?
God destroy.
How many alcoholics and drug addicts have you seen make it past the age of 50?
Damn. Bring it out.
How many? It's very far few in between. That's like trying to find a 4-leaf clover. Or really, that's like trying to find a leprechaun in a pot of gold at the end of a daggone rainbow.
Bring it out.
And yet our people still do it every single day and knowing they're going to die.
Right.
That's because our people don't see that they have something to live for. But I'm here to tell you that you do have something to live for. You are God's chosen people. Now we must act like it. Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 12.
Bring it out.
Now it is time for us to stand up and put those things away. If you're really serious about changing, you'll let that go.
Right.
And look at me. Look at me, bro. I'm telling you this because I've been there before. There was a day that there was once upon a time where a day went by that I could not smoke weed. I tried all types of drugs. My dad was the same way. But guess what? I read this Bible and I'm like, you know what? I got to stop this. This Bible says that I'm something special. I ain't did drugs since March 2012. And I ain't never looked back. But guess what? I couldn't say, you know what? This is my last one. You know what? I'm going to do this last little one right here and I'm going to be done. You know why? Because it's always going to be your last one. It's going to be 10 years and you still talk about this is my last one. Read that.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Right?
Fear God.
Do what?
Fear God.
Our people don't fear God. Our people fear the man that's here today. Because if we fear God, we wouldn't be doing these things.
Right.
We wouldn't be destroying our temple. We wouldn't be defiling our body. Come on.
And keep his commandments.
And do what?
And keep his commandments.
So what was the other commandment that we read in 1 Corinthians 3? That we shouldn't do what to our temples? Destroy it. I want you to say it. Your temple, right? So what you got to do? All right, so what you going to do with that in the cup? All right, throw it away then. No, don't throw it in the yard. I don't want no kids to pick it up. But there's a trash can right over there. That's what has to happen. But it's up to you, bro. All we can do is give you the playbook. It's up for you to take heed to it. It's up to you. But now, give me Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8. I like reading the scripture. You know why? Because it gives us a plan on how to be successful. It shows us a way on how to have some type of relief in this captivity. Read that for me.
The book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth.
It said, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth. When's the last time you read the Bible? It's been a while. But the Bible just commanded us and said, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth. But guess what? It has departed out of our people's mouths. And we see the fruits of it. Back when we were talking about Black Wall Street, right? Back in that day, do you think that you could walk in the community of Black Wall Street and see McDonald's fry containers on the ground, vest pops, bottles everywhere, trash littered everywhere? No, because they had a sense of pride.
Right.
They had some sense to understand that this is where we live. We got to take pride in where we live. Come on.
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night.
You know what our people meditate day and night on? How to sell drugs.
Right.
How they gonna kill and get back on the next brother. How they gonna whoremonger with the next person and get away with it. Those are the things our people meditate on. How to rob a bank. All these different things, right? And what always happens to them? Dead or in jail. But yet, you know what the definition of insanity is? Doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result.
Right.
But yet, we still do it. So what does that make us? Insane. Because we know what's going to happen. We know if we start smoking drugs that our lifespan is going to be short. We know that if we out here trying to gangbang and deal drugs, our lifespan is going to be short.
Right.
But you know what? They give us movies like Scarface,
Right.
Blow. What's the new thing that came out on Hulu? Snowfall. They give us movies like this. Juice. Paid in Full. Belly. Boys in the Hood. They give us that, and guess what? We want Colors. Did you know? I'm going to get to that. Don't let me forget about Colors. So they give us those things that's what we look up to. But yet in their communities, that teaches them how to be engineers, how to fly planes, how to start businesses, how to be entrepreneurs. But yet we don't teach our people that. But let's talk about Colors real quick. Y'all seen the movie Colors? Yeah. Did you know gangs was mostly in L.A., right? Gangs went nowhere else, really. Not at all. But you know our oppressors strategically put colors in the theaters. And after that, guess what? Everybody was gangbanging. Now everybody's a Blood. Everybody's a Crip. Why? Do you understand that they strategically put us in the worst places? Do you know that they have Planned Parenthood all throughout our neighborhoods, meaning what? They encourage our women to get abortions.
Bring it out.
Our women have the highest rate of aborting babies, but yet Black Lives Matter.
Bring it out.
Black Lives Matter, I got a Black Lives Matter shirt, Black Lives Matter sign, but yesterday I went and aborted my baby. Black lives don't matter. Hypocritical to the T.
Right.
This is the madness that we was talking about our people. Black lives matter though, but we abort our babies every single day. This is a problem. Guess what? They have a liquor store, what, every 2 minutes in our neighborhoods? You in a 3-mile radius, you can find at least 40 liquor stores. Same way with churches. Same way. Why is it that churches are so prevalent in the community and ain't changed the community? Not one. Churches done been around for how long? What have they done in the community? What have they changed? You know what? Ain't nothing changed. You know why? Because the pastor getting his too. He messing around with all the women as well.
Bring it out.
All of these things are happening because we chose not to keep God's laws. Keep reading.
That thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous.
It says, then we shall make our way prosperous. When we come back to God's Bible, then we'll make our way prosperous. We won't have to depend on drugs. That's why we did that, because we didn't see no light at the end of the tunnel. We didn't see no future for ourselves.
Right.
We didn't see anything better. But guess what? We are better. God told us that we are a special people. Matter of fact, go back to Deuteronomy 7:6.
Bring it out.
I'm telling you, this is something that you should get a Bible, King James Version, and read this to yourself every single day. Because they told us every single day that we wasn't going to be nothing. They told us every single day that we was nobodies. They show that on TV every single day.
Right.
Right? How they shoot us down in the streets. But I'm going to read this again just to show you that what? God says something different. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6.
This is to all you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The real Israelites in the Bible. Read that.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
God said, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are a holy people unto the Lord thy God. Come on.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
He hath chosen thee. Don't go away just yet, man. Don't go away just yet. Read.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
God said he chose you to be a special people among himself. All the people around, and guess what? He decided to choose us. Nobody else. Read.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
The Bible says above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So guess what? You don't need those drugs. You don't need that alcohol. You don't need those things to give you some type of temporary relief. You don't need that. This Bible is my how. This Bible is where I get my joy. This Bible is how I find comfort. Matter of fact, give me that Romans 15:4. Read that. Because the Bible, whether we know it or not, tells us everything we need to know. It gives us instructions on how we should live our lives, how we should raise our children, how we should deal with one another, how we should deal in the world, even still being in captivity. All of these things. Read that.
Romans chapter 15 verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
They were written for our learning. Come on.
That we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Right, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone, 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.